Hello and welcome. My name is Rohit Banerjee, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to get yourself enrolled for the Maharashtra and Goa State Bar Council Sanad. Now, as you know, prior to this there was a ongoing Supreme Court case which was Gaurav Kumar versus Union of India, which recently got a verdict from the Supreme Court itself stating that the enrollment fees has to be as per the Act's directives. So this case was considered a landmark case because before this the State Bar Council were exercising their own rules for how much fees they could take from different candidates, and in each state the fees was different and considered to be quite exorbitant for new coming lawyers. Hence, based on the directive, the Bar Council enrollment for many of the state bar councils were for the time being temporarily closed till they could make updates to their systems and till the directive could be enforced. And hence, few days back, the Maharashtra and Goa State Bar Council has also opened its enrollment portal, and now all the young graduates or the ones who have just recently passed out can go ahead and enroll for their Sanad. Now, as you know that Sanad is very important. Unless you have a Sanad registration number, you cannot apply or be even eligible to apply for the All India Bar exam, which will give you the certificate of practice. So before being even eligible to give the exam to get the certificate of practice, you need the certificate of enrollment, for which the Sanad registration is very important. Hence, let us now take a look at how to do that. Before we begin, obviously you need to have all the documents with you. I'm going to list down all the documents one by one for your convenience, what are the major ones that you require. But needless to say, you should have your each semester's mark sheet, whether you are doing the 3-year LLB or whether you are doing the 5-year BLS LLB. If you are doing LLB 3 years, you need to also have your each semester or each year's graduation mark sheet as well, along with the final year's final mark sheet and the graduation certificate. Along with that, if you are more than 26 years old, you will need affidavit called the age affidavit, where you are declaring that you are of certain age and you have not been or been working at some other place. Or you can also choose to declare that you have been working, but based on the result of the AIBE exam, you may relinquish that work or job or profession or trade or business, and you will continue with the advocacy practice. Now, the format for the affidavit is already given, called as the common affidavit. I will show that to you in the website. So before even coming onto the website, you need to have many of these documents on hand in soft copy. So for the mark sheets, for other documents such as the Aadhaar card, birth certificate, if that is one of the documents you are uploading, you need to already have these originals, which then you have to photocopy, and then once they are photocopied, you have to get them attested by your principal or some notary officer or some other eligible officers who can verify that yes, this is a true copy. Apart from that, you also need an affidavit. The format is already given on the Maharashtra and Goa State Bar Council website. You can download that, it's in Word file. You can edit based on the requirements. There are multiple sections given. You can remove and modify according to your requirements. So the affidavit needs to be on a stamp paper. At least the first page needs to be on a ₹100 stamp paper, which is recommended, and the other pages need to be on a legal ledger paper as well. It is recommended that you have it notarized. Once it is duly notarized, then on a legal ledger paper, you need to print out the good moral character certificate, which has to be filled out, signed by at least 2 advocates who have more than 10 years of advocacy practice. right? So you need to find advocates who are having more than 10 years of advocacy practice already, and that they are not member of any bar association or other bar council. Now what does that mean? Member means president or secretary or treasurer or some kind of office bearing capacity. If they are not that, then it is fine, otherwise they also cannot be eligible. So finding an advocate having know you at least 2 years, that is also another aspect. So these things take time, and before you start filling the form, you need to have all of these done beforehand, and that's the reason why I thought of making this video, to allow you to understand what are the prerequisites first and then start filling the form. So assuming you already have those in place, and as I'm going to show you, you can pause in between the video and take a note of how to go ahead with these things. I'll show you the specimens that I have made for my own self. I am also going to fill, so I'll be showing you my enrollment procedure. I have already done most of the work. I had pre-filled it before, then the enrollment had stopped, so my application again got cancelled, so I have to resubmit the application once again with the new effective reduced fees or the official fees. Based on that, let's now take a deeper dive into how the enrollment needs to be done. So you need to have a proper laptop. All of these scanned copies of the documents, once they are attested or once they are signed off, need to be in a proper file format. So if it is JPEG, it can only be up to 1 MB. So don't create a file exactly up to 1 MB, make it less than 1 MB so that there is no other issues. And if it's a PDF, then it has to be up to 2 MB, so create it less than 2 MB. Apart from these two file formats, no other file formats are allowed, and the file size is also not allowed beyond the prescribed size as per the website. Now on the notice page, there are some differing instructions, so I'm just giving you what is allowed actually inside, which is the PDF and the JPG. Like I said, PDF not more than 2 MB, and for JPG not more than 1 MB. Now you can use your own capabilities if you are having the technical skills to do image editing, let's say in an image editing software, right? Like the most popular one is Photoshop, or the ones I used is open source based, which is called as GIMP, GNU Image Manipulation Program, right? So you can use GIMP or GIMP or GIMP, as whatever you want to call it, and do these image sizing, image editing to get the right file size, to get the right file format by yourself, if you can do that. Or you can take the help of some kind of shop that specializes in these things. Now not all shops will be able to help you. My recommendation is you'll be at a better luck if you go to a stationery shop, where usually they do not just photocopies of things, but they also do engineering drawing. You must have seen some bigger photocopy shops where they do engineering drawings or mechanical drawings, architect plan. They do bigger enlargement or blueprint printings, right? So these shops not only have bigger machines or more complex machines, they usually have higher grade of technical acumen as well. So just by going to a normal cyber cafe will not help you. The cyber cafe operator may or may not have the technical skill sets of image editing, right? So just be careful with that, that you go to a proper photocopying shop which usually deals with engineering drawings and architectural blueprints, because they are the ones who usually know how to do the image editing, and you can specify that I want this file or these many things to be compiled in a PDF. They may be able to help you. Maybe is the emphasis over here. So you have to check each and every file by yourself whether the PDF file is less than 2 MB or not, preferably up to 1.5 MB. So why the need for PDF? Affidavit is not just one JPG file, right? It will not be one page affidavit. You may have multiple affidavits made, one for age, one for police verification, one for name change, one for online mark sheet, one for the Sanad application that you are doing job but you will relinquish the job and continue with the advocacy, one for ensuring that you are going to relinquish your ongoing job or business and continue your advocacy once you clear the AIB, and so on and so forth. So you can or you may create several affidavits, but Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa itself has created the common affidavit, so that you just need to create one affidavit in which there will be multiple sections, so that you don't incur more cost and it is easier. But if that's the case, it will not be one page affidavit, it will be more than one page, right? Hence, to have multiple pages, it will not be one JPG, and that's where you have to combine the image files into one PDF file, right? So that's the reason why just ensure that you have the correct PDF files where there are multiple images, and if it is a single image, then you need not create a PDF file. It can be easily handled by a single image JPG file as well. Now these things, either you may have to explain this to that stationery shop or the photocopying shop, or they may already know how to do those things. Now near certain colleges, there may be stationery shops that specialize in online filing as well. So you can take their help too. That will be perhaps the best option, because they already have the scanning systems, they already know how to fill online applications. They will be able to help you far better. Now with that being said, let's get down to the website. So for the website, ensure that if you're doing it from a cyber cafe or if you're doing it from home, try to do it from a laptop or a desktop. Try to avoid doing it from a mobile phone or a smartphone. So with the laptop and desktop, you have slightly more advantage about how you're uploading things, and many times it happens that you may have to save in a particular format which may or may not be available in smartphones. So have a decent laptop or a desktop working for you. Have a proper web browser. Usually you can use Chrome, or I wouldn't suggest Internet Explorer or Edge, but you can use Chrome, you can use Firefox. These are usually the ones that you're supposed to use. So I have Firefox in front of me, and I'll just type in address. So Bar Council, you can see already it's already pre-populated for me. Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa. So it's not a full word, it's just Bar Council, mahgoa.org, right? You can put the / or not, doesn't matter, and press enter. It will automatically go to the website. This is the website. You can go ahead and read this if you want, but just scroll down and you will come to service. You can also access it from here. It will go to the same page, or you can come down to service and then click on enrollment, right? So no matter what, it will still go to that service pages, and then you again have to click on enrollment. So services from here directly, or you can scroll down and go to that, it will come to the same page. Now from here, there are many other things. Here is where you can download the common affidavit format. At the bottom, if you can see where it is pointing, I'll highlight it in the final video. It says final enrollment affidavit.docx. .docx means it is a Word format, right? So download that to your laptop and of course do the editing. So these things you have to do beforehand, right? And then on the other side, you have the certificate of good moral character format. So this is in PDF format. Again, if you see at the bottom left, you would be able to see that this is a PDF file. When you click it, it will automatically start downloading. These are the two main formats that you need to use. This need not be edited because it only needs to be filled out in the exact format that is given. That's the reason why it is given in PDF. However, this may need a lot of editing. That's the reason why it is given in Word format. So just these two things at the bottom, but then you have to come back on top. Now you may have to go ahead and fill these as well, the group mediclaim and personal accident policy, health insurance details, and so on and so forth later. But for now, what you have to do is fill in the online enrollment, right? So in the services, click on enrollment, and on the top, if you see, it shows the URL as the enrollment dash instructions. So this is where it shows, it gives you the instructions. It says, and this is something I forgot, you need to also take a photograph in dress code only, right? So you need to have a digital copy of your photograph as well. So you need to go to a photo studio. Either you can take it with your camera, but usually what happens is in a mobile phone on a camera, it will not take a very good picture. We feel that we can take good pictures by smartphones. That's not the case, right? Go to a professional photographer in your dress code. Now, what does the dress code mean? You must have a white shirt, or for ladies it could be white blouse or a white attire that is required as per the Advocates Act, on top of which you need to have a black blazer or a black coat, right? And you need to definitely have the neckband, right? So neckband is mandatory. All of these things together make up the dress code. So you may have to go out and purchase a proper neckband. You also need to have a digital copy of your signature. Now this does not mean it's a digital signature certificate. What it means is your actual signature that you do using pen and paper, which you have to get scanned and create a scanned image out of it. Those two are what is required, and they also need not be more than 500 KB, right? Which you also need for the form and for the Rule 40 form, which is to be seen later. Now, name change, all of those affidavits need to be done, convocation certificate, all of these things are already given. I'm not going to bore you with this. You can read. You also need to have payment gateway enabled on your debit card or your net banking, right? If you want to make online payment, sometimes what happens is that it's not applicable. So I'm not sure how the payment is done. I'm going to look at it right now, but usually I believe NEFT should be applicable. So that is something you need to check, or net banking is also available. Now here is where it says maximum 1 MB, maximum 1 MB, maximum 1 MB, but usually for PDF it is 2 MB, as I said, and for JPEG it is 1 MB, right? So once you have read through all of these instructions, click on the online enrollment button. It will take you to the different window. You see, we were over here. When we clicked this, it went to a new window. Just don't get alarmed, where am I, what happened. It will take you to the new window. Now new window, you see that it is slightly changed. Now it says app.barcouncilmhgoa.org, and it says welcome, right? And welcome again, the same or similar instructions are given over here, right? As I said, more than 2 years, and then again the same instructions again repeated, and then there's just one button which says regular registration. Now this has been enabled, I believe, from 13th of August. So just take a note of that too, that it has just recently been updated. There may or may not be certain issues. I'm not sure. I'm also trying it for the first time after the update. Once you click, you will go to the registration process, and here it will say age verification. So on the screen you will see that it shows age verification, where you have to enter your date of birth, right? So either you can type it in or you just add your date. So I'll add my date, and once I've entered my date, it will validate it, and once the validation is, it says, dear user, your age is whatever, and you need to upload an age affidavit, which is part of the common affidavit format. Click OK. Here it will ask for an email and phone number verification. So please ensure you're using the email ID that you have access to, that you have the password and user ID to actually get into your own email. For city folks, from cosmopolitan, metropolitan areas, they may already be aware of what is an email ID, what is a mobile phone number. That may not be the case for many of the students or applicants who are coming from rural background, right? So they may or may not have email IDs, at least, if not mobile phone number, right? So you need to create an email ID, and then you need to have a mobile phone number, because it will send out OTPs, right, to both of them. So let me put in my email ID. While you are entering, please do not write any country code or STD code or 0 or anything. Just the exact 10-digit mobile phone is required. No additional numbers are required, right? So I'm just entering mine as is. Once you've entered the data, click on validate. Once you click the validation button, it will give you a message that success, email and OTP sent successfully. And here, before you click OK, you can see in the background grayed out, it says regenerate OTP. Only unless and until you have not received it, don't click it, right? So I'll go on OK, and here you see that it sends an OTP to the email address as well and to the mobile phone as well. So that's the reason why I said you need to have access to both of them, right? So what I'll do is I'll go to my email, fetch that OTP, and I'll go to my phone and fetch that OTP as well. And once you have entered the OTPs, you need to click on validate OTPs. Don't click on regenerate OTPs, otherwise it will again send the OTPs. We don't want to click this. We want validate OTPs. So once you click that, it will validate, and hopefully if we have entered the OTPs correctly, it will go to the next page, which is the personal details. So here is where your actual form filling starts, right? So this is where you need to be very careful. Take your time to fill this application out, and if you already have all of the documents previously filled out, you have it ready with you, it should not be too difficult. So there are 5 sections over here, or 5 pages to be more precise. The first page is for personal details, then the educational details, then the documents where you have to upload it, then for the payments where you have to make the payments, and then finally finishing at submitting that. So here you see there is the first section under this is the gender. For me, I will select male. For the rest of you, you may select whatever is applicable for you. Then you have to enter your Aadhaar ID as well. Make sure there are no spaces in between the Aadhaar numbers. Then in the salutation, just select whichever is appropriate for you. I select Mr. make sure you're reading the fields properly. Here it says last name and then the first name. Please don't mess this up. So my last name is this, first name is this, right? And here this is optional. You may either add your father's name or your husband's name for female, and for male obviously just the father's name, but again it is optional. Mother's name is also optional over here. I choose not to fill this in. Then here you have to put in the last name and the first name in Marathi as well. This is applicable because it is Maharashtra and Goa State Bar Council. I already have my last name and first name already in Marathi, right? So I believe once you start typing this, you have to be a bit patient with this. It doesn't like quick things. Okay, I think I'm experiencing a bit of issue. So here, yes, it's Rohit. So you can type it in English as well and it will start showing you what are the options. So yes, either you have it copy pasted or you can start typing in English and it will do the translation process for you, and you can select the right option from the drop down. Okay, again father's name, mother's name is optional. I leave it as it is. And then you have the documents are with the same name as well, checked in by default. I will leave this as it is. Here is where you start adding the details of your address, which starts with the pin code. For me, I'll add it. It should auto populate the state and the district. Taluka over here, for me I will select Panvel, but for you the list given over here, and over here I can just simply add the details. So I have already added the data for the address. Don't add too much. There usually is a character length specified for online forms, so just make it as terse and still usable as much as possible. Since the state, district, taluka and pin code is already available over here, don't add this, just add how much it is required. Then going to the next part, here is the personal details, right? So category, for me it is general. You can select if you're coming under OBC or SC/ST, you may select that too. If you're not disabled, select no. If yes, then I'll show it to you. If you select yes, then it will ask you to submit the disability percentage, but select no, right? Then where you previously employed meaning currently employed, right? So if yes, then you have to give the retirement reasons, what you're doing, whether you were about to take retirement or you already have a relieving letter, or you're surrendering the sanad, you had surrendered the sanad beforehand, or you were in a partnership or a business which got closed, or you surrendered your partnership. Just select no. Okay, and in the affidavit, of course, if you're working, then this changes. Then you need to show that I have not retired yet, or retiring soon enough, retirement after, whatever it is. I would select no, right? For me. Is there a police case against you? I will select no. If there is, you may have to again add the details. Where is the case going for you? What is the FIR number, case number, which section, what is the status of that case? But for me, and I'm assuming for most of you, it should be no, right? Native place will be the same for me. Ensure this may give an error, yes. So while you are putting the place of birth, if you put any commas or asterisks or something, that it will give you an error. So just make sure you don't add that. I just added the town or the city name and the state. Then down to citizenship details. Are you citizen of India? Yes, most of you will be choosing this. If not, then you need to show other proof. If you select no, then you have to show other things. But I will select yes, which will be the case for most of you. For birth ID proof type, you can either submit your birth certificate, Xerox copy, attested, or copy of passport, attested, or school leaving certificate, attested, or the SSC certificate, not the mark sheet, the certificate, right? So I will select the SSC certificate because that's the one I have with me. Then you also have to add finally which city are you going to be primarily practicing out of. Now this may be to assign you to different benches, though you are part of Maharashtra Bar Council. High Court itself has different benches, correct? So this is just to identify which city you're in or you're going to be practicing from, so that the appropriate bench can be assigned or people or the case can be transferred to. Once that is done, click on educational details at the bottom right corner. So once you're on the second page, right, on the educational details, you will have to fill all of these details one by one. Now based on the choices you make on the drop down, the fields may change over here a lot, right? So the first field shows the degree name, so LLB, right? So you select LLB, then degree type, whether you did private study or regular attendance. I did regular. What was the university state, not the university name, the university state. So state was Maharashtra. As I start typing, I can choose Maharashtra from the drop down, or I can just scroll and select as well. Once you select this, then it will filter out all the universities available in Maharashtra. So from here, now I have to select which appropriate university I have chosen. Now it is quite possible that some of you may have pursued your LLB degree from a specific university instead of a college, right, which is quite natural, and it will show you all of those things over here. What I would do is, I know I have done it from the Mumbai University. Now in certain cases it could be University of Mumbai, or in this particular scenario it is just called as Mumbai University. So select this. There are many other options available, but I will select the ones that is applicable, which is Mumbai University here. Now once this is selected, it could be possible that though the university state is Maharashtra, but the college may be in a different state. So again you have to select the college state as well. There are spelling mistakes here, which is understandable, right? So it is not collage as it is given over here, it is college, right? So college state we have to select, and there is an option for overseas as well. Obviously this may not be applicable for most of us because it will increase the complexity, whether you are doing LLB coming under BCI but doing it from foreign college which is affiliated, that usually creates an issue. You may have to get that attested or verified separately by BCI or the State Bar Council, so be careful regarding that. Now once I have selected the college state, I can now select the college name. So in case you have done it from the university and the college name will be same, right? But in my case, my college name is different. I completed it from Bhagubai Changu Thakur College of Law, New Panvel. And once it is selected, it will show the district as well. All the details should pop up. Now this is very important, duration. So either you have done BLS LLB or 3 years LLB. You may have to select it appropriately. If you select 5 years, you will have the list over here separate, semester 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to semester 10. But if you select 3 years, again the list of the semesters will be reduced, obviously, right? So for me, I have done the 3-year LLB degree course. I'll select over here 3 years. It needs to be selected properly. Once it is selected, it cannot be changed later after you have filled out all the details, right? So 3 years LLB. Which year was the pass out? So passing out year was 2023, 2024, right? So this is the year that I pass out. Your last semester mark sheet is online or offline? So currently it is still not published yet, offline by university. If it is offline, then you will have to upload the degree as well. If not, you just select online, right? In my case, it is online. Then coming down, you need to start adding the details of your LLB semester details. This will be same for BLS and LLB as well. Just make sure you are entering the right semester for the right year appropriately. So for LLB, my first semester was in 2022, year 2022. Now these are all details you will have to gather from your mark sheets. So having that handy is very, very important. 2022, 2023, 2023. I'm doing this quite quickly over here, but you will have to do this quite patiently, one by one. And like I said, you have to add these things very calmly, going through each of those. In my scenario, my semester 3 and semester 4 in fact has very same set of numbers in different order. So it is very possible for me to get this incorrectly typed. So take your time, read your seat numbers or roll numbers correctly, enter them correctly. If you don't enter it correctly, it is quite possible that your application is either rejected or coming under scrutiny, coming under audit, or coming under question, which will create more unnecessary problems, right? So now next is the graduation degree details. You can add the graduation type. For most of us, I think this is calculated based on the type of year. I believe since I had chosen my date of birth quite earlier, it directly gives the year wise. So select year wise, then the course name. So I did my BSc in computer science, but it does not have a BSc in computer science over here, which is fine. I'll just select BSc. Graduation duration was 3 years. So this is very important for people who may have extended their graduation duration, maybe because of KT, or they may have not passed in couple of attempts. So it doesn't matter how many attempts you took. The duration is the actual academic duration of that course, which is 3 years, right? In India, mostly it is 3 years. It could be possible that if you are coming from an engineering background, then it will be for 4 years, right? So be careful. So just select 3 if it is normal graduation. If it is technical education such as BE or BTech, then it will be for 4 years. Now over here as well, the graduation state must be entered. For me, it is Maharashtra, and it asks what will you be uploading to show that you have graduated, either your mark sheet or your graduation certificate or your convocation certificate. For me, the convocation certificate is quite large compared to other documents. I do have all of these, but I choose the graduation certificate, right? I do have the mark list as well. It is required anyway to be uploaded. So I again have another document just to upload it. And once you select this, then you have to enter your year wise details as well. So year 1 for me, the year I passed out finally, it took me couple of attempts, and the year at the end which I successfully passed, I need to add that roll number. Then year 2 I passed in 2004. And once you're done with this, then you have the degree semester wise marks. So it says semester wise, but it is supposed to be year wise marks. So you have to add up those semester marks for the year as well, right? So those data also is required. Or if it is a year wise format, for me, which was the case, so marks obtained out of, and it will automatically auto calculate the percentage for you. Again, it will automatically auto calculate. Now for me, as you would see, just going ahead, my first year, like I said earlier, was done in multiple attempts. So each time I might have cleared the written exam, I might have cleared a practical, both, maybe one, maybe either, maybe neither. So all that combination permutation where you have passed, those marks have to be added correctly for the total out of whatever was supposed to be gained. So that total has to be added over here, for which your percentage is calculated, and finally you have an aggregate percentage. Now once this is done, all of that is filled in, then you also have to give your HSC details as well, right? So HSC detail also has to be given. Again, this will auto calculate. Now once this is complete, I will go to the next stage, and this is where most of you will get stuck if you do not have all your documents in place, right? And these are the documents that you need, which I already discussed. You need a user photo. As I said, it has to be in the proper dress code. You need to have a digital copy of your signature. You need to have your Aadhaar card attested. You need to have the birth ID proof. I selected the SSC certificate. That also needs to be attested. And the age affidavit, you just need to upload the common affidavit in each place. Age affidavit, police affidavit, character certificate is the one that you will get from the 2 advocates having more than 10 years of practice. And then the online mark sheet, again this is the common affidavit. Passing certificate is the one that the online mark sheet that you have to again upload that too. And then each of the semester mark sheets for LLB has to be uploaded, and each of the year wise mark sheets, if it is year wise, then good for you. If not, if it is semester wise, then you again have to combine those JPGs into appropriate PDF files, right? If that's the case, and then your HSC mark sheet. So I took my time. It took me quite many days to ensure I have all the documents. That's the reason why I'm telling you again, have these documents done beforehand before you sit down and start filling the form. If you have the documents ready, filling the form should not take you more than 10 to 15 minutes. If you have all the data, all the documents right at hand, right? So for me, what I have done is I have just collated all the documents in one single folder, and I'm going to access that. Having the visual thumbnails available shows me which file I'm looking at. So this is asking for the user photo, and this is how the dress code looks like, right? So that is fine. Signature, fine. Then Aadhaar card. So I got my Aadhaar photo copied, front and back, and attested. And the birth ID proof was the SSC certificate. If you name your documents properly, here I have named them based on the date it was attested, my own name, the fact that it is attested, and what document it is. It is SSC certificate. So it becomes easy for me to find out just by looking at the name, not just looking at the thumbnail of the document. Many times it may not be possible for you to view it, right? So uploading that, okay. Then the age verification, here what you need to do is you just need to upload this common affidavit at multiple places, okay. I know this is a bit redundant, right? It should have been appropriately created because Maharashtra and Goa State Bar Council itself has provided the common enrollment affidavit format, and they are asking for separate affidavits in the application stage. So again, I choose the affidavit over here for the police verification as well, and I have the character certificate over here, then the online mark sheet affidavit. So wherever you have name affidavit, just upload the same affidavit in multiple places. Now here it says the passing certificate. This will be my passing of the SEM 6 for me, SEM 10 if you are doing the 5-year BLS LLB course. Now here it says SEM 1 mark sheet. This is for the LLB document. SEM 2 mark sheet, SEM 2, SEM 3 mark sheet. Take your time, read the file name, do it with utmost attention and focus. Don't let anyone disturb you while you are doing this work. Otherwise, if you mess up, you will unnecessarily create problems for yourself, right? And if you see, the file sizes are just below 1 MB. That's what I've been telling you so far, right? And for SEM 6, again, you just need to upload the online results itself. Now, once this is done, now I have to add the graduation documents as well. So since I had selected the graduation certificate, I need to upload that. This is the graduation certificate. First year mark sheet. This will be a PDF because there are multiple mark sheets attached. Second year mark sheet was just one single, and third year mark sheet, right, and then the HSC mark sheet too. So you see, since I already had these documents done in advance, now just collating all of these documents took me 2 to 3 days, right? So the first day for me, it was searching for all the documents, going to get the photocopies done properly, then going to the college, standing in the line to ensure that they are verified, then they are stamped for true copy, then we have to wait for the principal to sign all of those documents, and then you get the bunch back. You then go to advocates to find the advocates. Hopefully you are lucky enough to find 2 immediately. If not, that will take more time or more days to find someone who is willing to sign it on your behalf. And then having the notary done. If you're going to a proper notary, it should not take more than 10 minutes. You already have the draft with you. Update it, modify it, share it with them so that they don't take more time to format it and print it. It's just a matter of printing. So it takes at least 2 to 3 days roundabout to get these documents done, and you need to take your photograph as well. Remember that too, right? So all of these things do take time. Get those documents done well in advance. So now for me, I have all my documents done in the proper format. All of them are within the mentioned file sizes, so I don't need to worry at all, right? None of them are more than 1 MB any which ways. The PDF may be more than 1 MB in certain places, right? So once this is all done, I click on continue at the bottom. This will now take me to the payment. So I need to have my payment details with me. I click on continue. And for me, because I had selected general category, it will show that the BCMG fees open category is 600, the BCI fees for open category is 150. If you are belonging from any other category other than open, then the fees will be reduced, obviously. The declaration, I will add Navi Mumbai, and I'll select I accept all the terms and conditions. You can read this, but doesn't matter. So I want the Sanad in English, and I don't have any coupon code, so I'll not click that. And then you select on make the fee payment. Once you click it, it'll go to another place. Now here you can see you can use your debit card, right? and you can select which debit card you want to go with, or you can select net banking, or what I personally prefer is the Bhim UPI app. Okay, you just need to add the phone number and it says at UPI because it is using Bhim. So verified, yes, it shows my proper name, and I click pay now. Yes, it is 750. Thank you Gaurav Kumar for ensuring it is now at the reduced fees. I click on pay, and for me it comes to my Bhim app. I make the payment. Payment has been done. So once the payment has been done, it says congratulations, your application has been submitted successfully for approval. The approval process will take 4 to 5 days. You will receive a notification regarding the same. Your form number is so and so. Ensure you are saving this somewhere. I shall save it in my notes, and I will save the transaction ID of my payment that have been made just for reference, if in case I am asked. So I've already saved the form number, I have saved the transaction ID for the payment, and it says finish. Now obviously I'm not going to click on new registration because it already has been done. So this is where I have successfully uploaded all of those documents. I have successfully uploaded my data, and very nicely I was able to do that on 15th of August, that is today. And obviously today was a holiday. It will start its 3 to 5 working days from tomorrow, right? So hopefully I will get some kind of notification from them that yes, something was submitted. You may be required to send the hard copy of the documents, not the original one, the attested ones, by post or by courier to the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa office. So all of those details will come later, and I will show you that process also separately in a different video. But for now, for this video, I wanted to show you how I was able to do that. With that being said, hopefully I have been able to help you out to understand how to upload your documents, how to fill in the application form, how to ensure you're filling the data out properly, how to collate the data in all places. Even after this, if you do have any questions, please do let me know in the comments down below. I will be reading each and every comments. I know this time it is very difficult and tricky. The Sanad registration application is quite complex. It still has a few technical glitches here and there. While I was doing the online process, I still faced some timeout issues myself. So you may have that. Don't panic, don't get overexcited, don't close everything out. Wait, give it a couple of seconds and then click again. Should work. Just have patience. Do the form filling activities quietly, slowly, calmly, with the proper attention and focus it deserves, and you should be able to do that. If you still have any queries, you still have any suggestions, comments for improvement, how to improve videos, do let me know in the comments down below. And apart from that, I will keep uploading many other videos. Please do ensure that you like this video if you felt that this was helpful to you. Subscribe to my channel to get more content, and as always, be safe, be good, be legal.